Hey y'all, welcome back to Nita's Healing Balm. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into something important. I really want to talk about the real cost of all of those prescription creams and pills that people use for eczema, psoriasis, and other skin disorders. And guess what? I'm not talking about the money. I'm talking about the side effects. So grab your tea, share this live with a friend who's struggling with some skin issues, and let's talk. Now, if you've ever had eczema, psoriasis, or severe dry skin, I know you've probably been prescribed something like a steroid cream or maybe hydrocortisone, beta, I can't even pronounce it, beta methaxanone, or even a systemic pill. But these medications might give short-term relief, but let's talk about what they can leave behind, like thinning of the skin, especially with long-term use of steroid creams, skin discoloration, that patchy look for some folks start to see, or increased infections because steroids weaken your skin's barrier. Burning or stinging, how are we healing the skin if it's burning it? Or your immune system being suppressed. It can mess with your entire body's defenses. These aren't just maybes, they are very real, very common experiences. But guess what? Worst of all, once you stop using them, your flare ups often come back worse. That's called rebound. So let's flip the script because it doesn't have to be that way. What if you could heal your skin without thinning it? What if you could relieve itching without triggering new problems? That's where Nita's Healing Balm comes in. We've blended together extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, shea butter, castor oil, melaleuca oil, which is also tea tree oil, and vitamin E. These are all plant-based, skin-loving organic ingredients. But here's what you get with holistic healing. No steroids, no chemicals, no side effects, just moisture, nourishment, and real healing. When your skin barrier is restored naturally, your body doesn't fight it, it heals itself. I've heard from so many customers, parents with babies, women dealing with psoriasis patches, even folks with rosacea who said, I was tired of using something that worked but hurt my skin in other ways. One mom told me she was scared to use steroid creams on her toddler, so she gave Nita's Healing Balm a try. And within a week, her baby's skin was smooth and the redness was gone with zero side effects. But our balm isn't just a moisturizer, it's a healer. Let's break down just a couple of the ingredients. I know I talk about this all the time, but y'all, it's important. Shea butter is packed with vitamins A and E. It calms inflammation and supports cell regeneration. Melaleuca or tea tree oil is antimicrobial and antifungal. It gently clears up skin without irritation. Castor oil is deep hydration and supports healing from the inside out. But it's not magic, it's Mother Nature at work, y'all. But here's the deal. If you're tired of the burn, the itch, the skin, and the bounce back from prescriptions, give your skin what it really needs. What it really needs is moisture protection, peace. Try Nita's Healing Balm today. Your skin will thank you, and you won't have to worry about harmful side effects. So head on over to nitashealingbalm.com. That's BALM, not BOMB. I'll grab a jar right here for just $39.99. But drop your questions in the chat. I'll answer a few before I sign off. And remember, healthy skin is healing skin. So I wanted to show y'all. I know people think she's just talking. She's not using. So see what that says? Organic, extra virgin olive oil. What does this say? Organic, virgin coconut oil. castor oil. Can you see that? 100% pure, certified organic. And then tea tree oil. Can you see that? And you probably can't see it, but it's also organic. And then lavender oil. See y'all, because, oh man, I'm gonna tell you something. This is probably my favorite oil in the whole world, jojoba oil. And this is also pure and certified organic. This is my favorite oil. I use it in so many products that I make. But here is vitamin E oil. Okay? And then shea butter. I don't just talk about this, y'all. I don't just say it and then the lemon oil. I don't just say these words to try to sell y'all a product. I mean, that would make no sense. Because, and I really could just go to the store and instead of buying organic, I could just buy olive oil. It'd be probably $4 cheaper per bottle. And I don't have to use organic coconut oil. I don't have to use any of it organic. But my theory is, if I'm going to be putting this on my skin, think about when you eat. Do you want to go to the one of those grocery stores where they have dented cans and no labels on them? You just kind of taking your chances, or you want to know what's in it, right? I could use anything, but it's important to me. If I'm going to put it on my skin, I want it to be organic. I want it to be, I want extra virgin olive oil. I want extra virgin coconut oil. Why? Because the better the ingredients, the better it's going to be on your skin. I make a face wash, and I have a neighbor that's a beekeeper, and I buy my honey from them. Now, I could go to Costco, and I could buy just generic honey off the shelf. But what I know is it's more expensive to do it this way. But I'm getting honey from somebody right down the street. Okay. That only makes sense to me. And I tell people all the time, we have to be careful what we put in our bodies and on our bodies. I don't want a bunch of side effects. I've had that. I've lived that life. This is my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to be sued by one. But when you go to a doctor, they have been trained to treat symptoms. Okay? And what they know is what prescription out there may work with this. And then when you call them back a week later, they prescribe your prescription and they say, well, and you say, oh man, it's giving me bad diarrhea and I've got this and I've got that and my skin is burning and it's itching. And they'll say, well, let me prescribe you something else to handle the side effects. Well, what if we didn't have side effects? What a concept. So, as I always do, I don't know about y'all. Now, you can probably see how dry my hands are, right? Because I've been working in the yard. And even though I wear gloves, see, I just use a little bit. That's way too much. Even though I do wear gloves, doesn't matter because when I finish, so my hands didn't get the really harshness from not having on gloves. But I wear leather gloves, and those leather gloves working in the yard still make my hands very dry. And so this bottle, right? This bottle is 4 ounces. This will now understand, I use this every day. I use it like lotion, okay? But I have the driest skin in the world. when I'm using Nita's Healing Balm, I'm not worried about, is this gonna bother my skin? I mean, people with babies use this. I use it on my dog's skin. When I go to baby showers, I used to take regular gifts like everybody else. This is what I give, okay? Nita's Healing Balm is what I give as baby shower gifts. Why? Because, y'all, every one of us grew up with those baby lotions, and you know, they have something called butt cream, right? We all grew up, and when the babies would get diaper rash, we would put Vaseline on them. Okay, Vaseline is petroleum jelly. Y'all know that, right? Petroleum jelly, and that's what we're putting on our bodies. I want to know what's in it. I want to know that it's organic. I want to know that I literally, uh, there is nothing in here that would cause me harm if I put it in my mouth, right? I don't want to, but I could, right? If this spilled on a baby, we wouldn't have to rush them to the emergency room. They would be fine. I have, my daughter has a dog, and my son has two dogs. And my daughter's dog is used to getting this cream. My son doesn't always use it on his dogs. And so when they come over, they like to be rubbed, and they jump up on the couch, and I lay there and rub on them, and I rub them down with some cream. And they sit there and just love it. Now, of course, they try to lick it off too. But why would I do that if I thought that it was going to have side effects? It doesn't. So I'm not going to keep y'all long. Like I always say, it's so important for us to do better about our bodies, about our skin. And a way to do that is use something that is all natural, that does not have side effects. Y'all, because those side effects, when I hear something that says it makes your skin thin, what? What is that? When I hear people saying, well, I put this on my baby had cradle cap. And yeah, the cradle cap seems to be going away, but he's getting a rash on his face, and he's scratching constantly. It must be itching him. And then they call me back a week later and say, hey, I put that Nita's Healing Balm. There was no side effects. That makes my heart feel good. It lets me know that what I am doing is working. Okay. All right. As usual, I always tell y'all right now, we are offering a special for Father's Day, because those men and their hands and their crusty feet, okay, I said it. We want to make sure that we take care of our men too, right? So everybody gets to take advantage of, when you buy two, you get $5 off, okay? And so when you get ready to check out, type in NHB, Nita's Healing Balm, NHB5 at checkout, and your discount will be applied. Okay? All right. I thank y'all for joining me as usual. And I'm signing off, and I will literally see y'all again next week. How about that? Okay. Again, Nita's Healing Balm, BALM.com. NITAS Healing, BALM.com. Head on over and order yours.